Alright guys, so today we are going to be taking a look at the new raid battle against Shamble again. So I know this is not like a new raid boss per se, but as far as the equipment that we are able to get, we are actually getting a new purple equipment, so that's actually going to be fairly neat because I do feel like with the influx of purple unit that we have gotten, over the course of the last few months, is definitely due to have a unique equipment, or you should say the raid equipment. So that's actually pretty good. Unfortunately for this account specifically, or just for the global, I just don't have a lot of purple unit to showcase off. So I think what we will do, if we are going to do like a showcase for Disney equipment, I think I will be heading into JP just to kind of show you guys how powerful the 20% stack is. Given the fact that you are able to use two of these is actually pretty bonker, able to stack up to 80% beam damage, so that is actually pretty neat. Besides that, we are also getting that after elapsing 30 seconds, you are getting that 20% damage up as well, so that's actually pretty good. But without further ado, let's actually take a look at how difficult this event is. So similarly to how the Shamble was, the one that we had like a long time ago, it pretty much functioned the same. So I would not expect any difference when we are taking a look at this event. It's simply swapped to the enemy being a yellow element. So using a purple unit like your Sisuke's, like your Zaku one with a big gun, any like your other purple unit like your Blue Destiny Unit 1, whatever. Those are going to be fairly good for this run specifically. But for us, unfortunately, we are not able to access a lot of purple unit, like I said again. So we are going to go with this run first. So obviously it's not going to be any of your powerhouse unit, but let's say if you are a free-to-play player, or you're just a player that just don't have a lot of access to like the more powerful units, let's kind of take a look at how this team kind of functions. I do feel like this team should be quite optimal given the fact that you probably run this 2 times and you should be fine. So let's actually hop in. Alright, so we are here, so let's kind of see. So the placement wise is just going to be as follows. I'm not really going to be changing anything. And then I think for the sake of the showcase wise, we are just going to be running it this 3x3, so you guys can just kind of see what's going on. So the biggest problem I feel like you guys are going to be running into is the fact that Shamble does actually stun the whole team. So it is definitely best to bring units that are like able to stun, like your Zaku's, like all of the short Zaku's. You have like your what else do we have? We have Kshatriya. We have like I'm pretty sure there are some other units that are able to stun, for example. Those are going to be units that are going to be fairly valuable because you can just literally stun Shamble and you yourself kind of slow down the stun that's being afflicted to you. That's actually pretty good. And I definitely do advise bringing in a healer if you know you cannot deal massive damage right away, so at least you can kind of buy time so you don't just outright die. So with this squad, for example, like the only saving grace is we have Gundam. The other units that we have aren't necessarily contributing as much as damage wise, but I feel like what is it? We have the Mark II that's being able to provide a debuff. Borgazales again debuffing, and then the full Armageddon Thunderbolt. It's just quote unquote tanking, so not necessarily something important. And obviously we have New Gundam for the healing, and Zaku 1 for, or Zaku 2 for the stun, and S Gundam for the DPS are there. So you guys are kind of accustomed to like what we need to bring. So if you guys do have better options for what we just mentioned earlier, I think definitely do use those. So I think I'm just gonna hit the SOS, so we do have people coming in to finish this. So with this specific setup, we are at least able to go down to the halfway point, so that's actually pretty neat. We are able to access the triple S reward as well, so that's actually pretty neat. For our other setup, let's actually try this one. So I think this is actually a decent setup. So we have Kshatriya for the stun, we have Zeta just for the regular DPS, S Gundam, and then we have 2 support. We have Phoenix and then Ize. I still think Ize for global hasn't really been fixed yet, so I don't really think we are going to be benefiting a whole lot from over here. but we shall give it another shot. So, and then as far as a friend, because obviously we can't bring an ally, so we are going to be borrowing a Sisqui. Unfortunately, I don't have my own Sisqui, so definitely a mess up, a huge L on our end, so that's really unfortunate. It's definitely something I cannot change, but let's hop in with the team and see how much better we are able to do. Alright, so as far as the setup, I think this should be fine how it is. So same thing again, let's actually just do it 3 times speed so we can just kind of see you know, as the battle do progress a little bit longer, how much we are able to do. So keep that in mind. In terms of this specific setup, we don't have any healers, so whatever damage we are able to take, we are just going to be taking it head on, so we can't really do nothing about that. So I do feel like it's doing okay. I just don't know how much EZA is actually contributing, so that's definitely my biggest worry. So if anything, we could have probably replaced EZA with somebody else, I feel like, because, you know, I should have been seeing more damage, you know, honestly, because damage like this is actually, it seems a little bit lower using EZA, so I think for global wise is still not ready yet to use easy, unfortunately. So with this setup, we were able to do a little bit more than what I wanted to, so that's actually not that bad. Actually, that's pretty good. So Zeta, Escana, Sesaqui, they are all doing a lot, and even Kasachi, my gosh, even Kasachi is, you know, putting in a huge dent into the damage overall, so that's pretty good. 18% as a whole, that's pretty neat. So I think my conclusion is that if we did replace EZA with maybe something else, we could have been doing a lot more better. So I think what I would probably replace for sustainability rather than healing, we can probably put in 4 of unicorns, so at least like the attack wise we could take a little bit less. So that's definitely something I would probably plan to use, you know, just for the fun and giggles. But yeah, that's not bad. We are almost able to take down the full boss, so that's pretty good. And Kasashi is kind of clinging on there nicely because we do have that self healing, so that's actually pretty good. But by no means, I don't think Kasashi is able to finish off by its own. I don't know. It's still, I don't know. Yeah, it looks like it can, but at the same time, I just don't know, because the HP bar is moving slow. Alright, it's just not really budging. So if we are able to clear it, I think we will probably fast forward into the win screen then. Alright, so we actually couldn't really finish it, so Kasashi was so close to finishing it, but in terms of the total damage that we dealt was the 46 million, so that's actually quite a lot. So let's take a look at the equipment. If we are able to drop that, yes we can. We got one right there. So this one, from my experience, is actually a really hard one to get a full cap on this one, unfortunately. So I think most of your duration when you are running it, you will have a pretty difficult time to get like a perfect roll on this one. So but you guys can see in terms of the special ability 1 and 2, we are getting accuracy and then evasion up as well, so that's actually pretty good for the equipment wise. Yeah, that's a really strong one to get evasion. And then damage stacking, yeah, that's actually pretty neat. And the other one that we have access to is something like this. So this one is the one you have to elapse timer, then you're getting it. So finally now purple element is getting something of that nature, so it's definitely, you know, something that's long overdue for sure. But other than that, I think that is going to be pretty much it in terms of the showcasing of the what kind of team to use for this new array. I don't think it's definitely not something too hard. I feel like it's definitely something I'm pretty sure you guys do already know how to beat already, given the team that you guys have. But with that being said, that is going to be pretty much it then. I'll be catching you guys on the next one.